Hello students, and welcome to this online orientation to eLearning, the learning management system of Texas A&M International University. eLearning is hosted online by Blackboard, and so today we are going to go over the navigation of the Blackboard system. We will discuss how to set up notifications inside of Blackboard. We will also go into a sample course and talk about the navigation within the course. At the end, we will also demonstrate some extra tools called Office 365 and OneDrive that you can use as a student or as an alumni of the university. To begin, let's discuss how to get to Blackboard. So from the TAMIU website, www.tamiu.edu, that's www.tamiu.edu, on this page, there are two ways to get to Blackboard. So the first way is if you hover your mouse over the Connect menu, and you drop down to Blackboard and you click on this link, you'll be taken to the Blackboard website. That's one way. Another way is on the TAMIU website at the top where you see current students, you click on this link and you will see a menu, and on this menu you will find a section called Online Resources. There is a link to eLearning, which will take you to Blackboard. There's also links to the Instructional Technology and Distance Education page, and when you go on that page, you'll be taken to our website. On this menu, there is the second row, and the first item says eLearning site. By clicking on this link, you'll be taken to Blackboard this way. If you prefer to go through Uconnect, once you log into Uconnect, you'll be seeing some icons in the upper right corner, and on this section, there is an icon that says eLearning. So if you click on eLearning, you may be taken to a page to authenticate once more, but once you provide your student credentials, you'll be able to log in and proceed to go into the Blackboard system. Lastly, if you would like to go directly to Blackboard, type in elearning.tamiu.edu. That's elearning.tamiu.edu. And by typing that in and entering, you'll be taken to the Blackboard system. On this page, we have modules. Modules are different blocks of information, and so the first module we're going to discuss is browser tests. When you click on the link to the browser test, you'll be testing your browser to see if you have the required components for a successful experience within Blackboard. In this case, I have a green check mark next to JavaScript, cookies, the Java runtime environment. I have optional components and I have check marks here as well, but I do see a red X next to Windows Media Player. So that is a red flag for me to let me know that I'm missing something from my browser, and I will need to go back to look for the software to make sure that I can see that media later on in the future. If I go back, I'm going to go over the Student and Faculty Logon module. There is a button here that says Login Here. By clicking on this module button, you'll be able to authenticate with your credentials as a student. Type in your NetID and password, and when you click on Login, you will log into your Blackboard system and see your profile. If you're new to Blackboard, there is a link here that says Watch Student Orientation Videos on Blackboard Learn. By clicking on this link, you'll be redirected to Instructional Technology and Distance Education Services page on the Student eLearning Orientation. There's information about how you can access orientation or training face-to-face or online, how you can log into Blackboard, and how you can also access Atomic Learning training videos from our subscription to Atomic Learning. To watch a video, simply click on the link, type in your student credentials, and you'll be redirected to Atomic Learning's website. And these videos are very short. They're usually less than a minute to 3 minutes each. And if you need closed captioning, they will be provided with closed captioning automatically. And you will learn really quickly on a specific topic within the Blackboard system, or how to access something within Blackboard. This is a great resource for you to learn Blackboard really quickly. On the right column, we have additional modules such as OIT Live Chats. By clicking on this icon, you will be opening up a live chat room that you can ask your questions with a coordinator on what to do within the Blackboard system, or any other kind of type of question you might have about e-learning. Below, we have a module called Connect with eLearning. So if you have Facebook or Twitter, you can like us or follow us, and you can get some more information about our office through these social media outlets. In case our systems are ever down, we will tweet about it and let you know what's going on and when things are coming back up. We also provide announcements on the center of the page. At the top, you see a blue square that provides information about training videos that are coming up for students and faculty. But at the same time, this square may be replaced with a red square in case there's a very important announcement such as maintenance that may bring down the systems, which will disable our access to the system. We will provide those announcements ahead of time, letting you know when those systems will go down, the date and time, and that way you can plan your activity within the system accordingly. In case that a system just goes down for whatever reason, we will also put the announcement at the top, such as if there's a maintenance period for Turnitin, voice thread, whatever the case may be, we will provide that information at the top so that way you know about those maintenance periods as well. In the center module, eLearning announcements, this is a module that are ongoing announcements from our office letting you know about trainings, new software, or other information that you may want to know about later on. In the upper right corner, there is a link that says Login, and if by any chance you click on this link, you may be directed to a different page. In case you get redirected to this page, you will see two buttons, one for students, staff, and faculty, and another for administrators and guests. Your access to Blackboard will be on the first button. By simply clicking on this button, you will then provide your student net ID, your password, and you click on Login, and you'll be able to log into the system. For now, make sure you click on Login here on the Welcome page to log in as a student. Provide your student net ID and password. After you log into Blackboard, you will have an initial page of the Blackboard system. You have navigation at the very top that says My Institution, Student Support, Killam Library, and Community. The first page is My Institution. This is the home page to Blackboard, so whenever you click on this page, you'll be directed to this page. You have additional modules like the way we saw on the Welcome page. The first module you may see is My Courses. So this will be your list of courses that you have registered for the semester. You will not see these courses until the first class day of the semester. So in case the semester starts on a Wednesday, you will see those courses that Wednesday morning at 12 a.m. If you would like to group your courses under My Courses, simply click on the gear next to the title that says My Courses and click on Group by Term. When you click on Group by Term, you've now activated the terms in your courses, and they will be grouped by fall semester, spring semester, summer semester, whichever semester you have in your course list. When you click on Submit, you will now see those terms under My Courses. So now you can collapse and expand your view of your courses whenever you just want to see those courses in view. You are not getting rid of those courses, you're simply minimizing your view of the courses you do not need to see at that semester. Next, you will see other modules such as Browser Test Again. You may see the module for Atomic Learning, and now this module, Atomic Learning, will allow you to access training videos in the Atomic Learning website. By already logging into Blackboard, you have already authenticated with the university. So now it logs you into the Atomic Learning site with your credentials. You could do a search of any training video such as Microsoft Excel. You can do a search for Microsoft and you will have videos on other Microsoft products. You can target it even further into Excel, and you can find training videos on Excel. These videos are available to you now that you have access as a student. You will be able to see the application. You can see specific software you want to look at, such as Excel 2008, 2007, so forth and so on. Under tutorial count, you will see how many videos are in that training series, and altogether how long that training series runs. So in this case, this 2003 intermediate training is 52 videos long, but an hour and 8 minutes altogether for those 52 videos. They're very short. They usually last from 1 to 3 minutes, but they get straight to the point on the topic you want. Other modules you might see are the report card. Under the report card module, you will see your grades for the semester. You will see your courses listed on the left, and on the right, the grade that you have achieved at that point in time in your course. So these are overall grades from the course. Not every professor uses the Grade Center in Blackboard, so please contact your professor and ask about your grade in case you do not see your grade here. Another module you may see is called My Announcements. So My Announcements allows you to see the announcements from the course. The course will be listed, and then below you will see the announcement. Click on the announcement to read the full announcement, and then you will see your announcement. You can click also on More Announcements at the bottom, and then you will see all the announcements from your courses. You can also jump around just by clicking on Courses and Organizations and seeing them by the courses you would like to see listed here and filter to that specific course, or click on View All to see all of them grouped together here. Next are My Task and What's New. These two modules work together. They're alerts from the Blackboard system. If you would like to edit the notifications, simply click on Edit Notification Settings and click on one of the courses. For instance, I will click on this Grade Center course, and now I can see the notifications I can get from this course. The dashboard column refers to the What's New and other modules that show notifications. And so when I click on when we check off these notifications, those modules will have the alerts appear there. If I decide to send an email notification, for instance, of blogs that need grading or items that are due, I've now activated a notification to be sent to my Dusty email. If you decide to use the mobile app, you can turn on the notifications for the mobile app as well through this page. The mobile app is referring to the apps that are available through the stores, such as eLearning and Student. Once you decide which changes you want to make, simply click on Submit, and those notifications have been set. If you'd like to set up the notifications as a group, click on Courses that I am taking on the right column under Bulk Edit Notification Settings. And now you can decide to set up the notifications for all of them all at once, since you've selected all at the top, or pick and choose which courses you want to change, bring them over to the right, and then make those changes to your notifications. Under Edit General Settings on the top left corner, these will affect the notifications that have due dates. So whenever there's a notification that says provide an alert when something is due, this setting will let you know how many days before would you like to know ahead of time. So would you like to know 7 days before the due date, or would you like to know 10 days before the due date? Enter the number here and click on Submit, and then the notifications that are based on due dates will be updated. Back on My Institution, now we see here the What's New module and the My Tasks module that are connected to those notification settings. As you can see here, here are alerts for assignments and content. And so whenever something was new under assignments and content, I received an alert. And if I want to dismiss that alert, I simply click on the contextual menu and click on Dismiss, and that alert goes away. You can do that several times per alert, or if you want to do it for a group, click on the contextual menu to the right of the group and dismiss all. If you would like to dismiss all of the groups, simply hover your mouse over Actions and dismiss all under Actions. The remainder of the modules we've gone over, such as Connect with eLearning and the browser test, but this is just the general navigation of your My Institution page in Blackboard. If you'd like to change the colors of the My Institution page, click on Personalize Page, and you can see a palette of different colors. Click on a color you'd like, click on Submit, and now you've changed the palette of your My Institution page, and this is customized to your view. The next tab at the top is called Student Support. Under Student Support, we have shortcuts to the eLearning orientation, which is the page we've mentioned earlier before about the orientation videos for Blackboard. We also have TAMIU Student Support Services, which provides you shortcuts to links to the TAMIU offices on campus. We also have a link to Software Resources. And under Software Resources, this is a page you may want to use for your personal software downloads, such as Acrobat Reader, Adobe Flash, QuickTime, Windows Media Player plugin for Firefox if you use Firefox. So these are free softwares that you can download, like I mentioned at the beginning of the browser test, where if you're ever missing a software, you can come here and download this free software so that way you have those plugins for your computer. Under Download Respondus Lockdown Browser, this is a link for students in case that the professor in your course has decided to have you take a test, quiz, exam, or other assessment through Respondus Lockdown Browser. You click on the link to the version that you need, such as PC or Mac, and you'll be able to install the software on your computer right away. This is the software that basically locks down your computer and does not allow you to print, copy and paste, access the internet, and so forth and so on. So that way you simply work on Blackboard's test in your computer and nothing else. So that is the purpose of Respondus Lockdown Browser, and in case you need access to it, it is under the Student Support and under Download Respondus Lockdown Browser link. When you click on Killam Library, this is a page that the Killam Library will update with their links to their services online, to their LibGuides, to training videos, tour videos, schedules for their office hours, and so forth and so on. When you click on Community, this will take you to a page that will provide you access to community groups within the Blackboard system. These are not groups for organizations on campus, but these are just groups for the departments and the colleges at TAMIU. You will be notified if you're part of a community group, and you will find the community group here under Community and under My Organizations on this page. Or from My Institution, you may locate the My Organizations module and access the community group through here as well. Community groups work just like courses, but they just focus on groups of users instead of courses. Now let's discuss a sample course. This is a sample course in Blackboard. In Blackboard here, you will now have the navigation to your course on the left-hand side. So you may see links such as homepage, syllabus, content, discussions, and so forth and so on. On this page, for instance, this is the home page, and the home page is made up of modules that are picked out by the instructor. You might have modules such as My Announcements, My Tasks, the to-do list again. So take a look at those modules and get familiar with what your professor has provided you access to. For instance, My Announcements will give you the link to more announcements, and now you can see if your professor has posted any announcements in the course. You may also see a link to the course syllabus. So under syllabus, you will have access to the syllabus of that course. Simply click on the link and you'll be opening up the syllabus in Word or Adobe Reader if it's a PDF. If you see a link that says content, that link is access to your content inside the course. So you may be finding your presentations that are from PowerPoint. You may be having links to discussion boards. You may be submitting assignments, which are like Dropboxes or collection sites for files. They may be Blackboard assignments. They may be Turnitin assignments. Depending on your professor, they may have decided to use an assignment that detects plagiarism. So the only note we would like to mention about plagiarism detection, both Blackboard assignments and Turnitin assignments can detect plagiarism. So be very careful. Make sure you use your create a works cited page on your paper, so that way the similarity reports that your professor receives is as low as you can get it. So be very careful with your how you cite your work, and give credit to where credit is due. Um, Next, we have an example of a quiz. So when you take a quiz online, it may be timed. You will get some information about whether it's timed, uh, whether you have forced completion. We will discuss that in just a minute. How many attempts you have. In this case, I have multiple attempts. So in this case, this is a time test that's 5 minutes long, and the questions are displayed one at a time. Sometimes questions may be displayed all at once, just depending on your professor. In case your professor has chosen to use forced completion, what that means is you have to do the test or quiz or assessment all in one take. If you get disconnected by any chance from the internet or from your wireless device, that means that you have automatically submitted your submission to the test. So be very careful. Our word of advice is that you find a computer that has a reliable internet connection, usually with an Ethernet cable. If you must take a test through the wireless network, make sure you try to locate yourself or position yourself as close to the router as possible. If you encounter any errors, or you get disconnected and your submission has been submitted, please contact eLearning through email, and also your professor, so that way your professor can be notified of the situation. eLearning coordinators cannot simply provide you an additional attempt. Those have to be approved by your professor. So please contact all those involved. To send an email to our group, simply email elearning@tamiu.edu, and we will help you out as quickly as we can. Next, we have links to discussions. So your discussions are now located in one location called the discussion board. You will see all the forums listed here. Click on the link, and you will see who has posted to that discussion. To create a thread, simply click on Create Thread. Type in a subject, type in a message, add an attachment, and submit. To view another person's thread, click on the title of the thread. You will see their post, and if you wish to reply, click on Reply. And similarly, just go ahead and type in a message. You can include any attachments, and submit. And you will see the reply right away. Next is course messages. Course messages are the internal messaging system of Blackboard, and these messages are only maintained within the Blackboard system. To send a message, click on Create. Click on the To field. Choose the people you would like to send a message to. Bring them over to the right. If you wish to take people out, select their name and bring them over back to the left. You can also CC and BCC. And just like before, type in a subject, the body of the message, and select one attachment, because messages are limited to one attachment, and click on Submit. You can see your sent messages in the Sent folder, and in the inbox you can see the messages that you receive from others. Messages in Blackboard cannot be forwarded to external accounts, so remember, if you wish to be notified about a message within the Blackboard system, go back to the What's New module under My Institution and edit your notification settings to enable notifications by email whenever you receive a course message. The next link is Course Calendar. Course Calendar allows you to see the calendar events for your courses. In this case, I'm only seeing one course because I can tell by the color of the items here. All these calendar items are green, so when I look at this, these are the ones that I have in my Blackboard Bootcamp course. If I have other course items from other courses already available to me on the calendar, I can then tell by the color that they're using and know that those are items from the other courses. So now our course calendars are integrated and will display all the calendars all at once here. And simply you can change your colors if you wish and choose different colors in case you want to differentiate your course calendar items by a different color, just simply by just clicking on the color and changing them here. You can see your calendar in the monthly view, weekly view, or daily view by clicking on these icons on the upper left corner. If you would like to add personal items, click on the plus sign on the upper right corner, and now type in a subject, put a start time, an end date, start date, end date, and put a description. And when you save it, that item will be added to your calendar. Course announcements. We've discussed this before, but if you'd like to access your course announcements, you may see a link on your menu for course announcements. Depending on your professor, you may not see that, and you may only be able to access your course announcements from the home page from the My Announcements module. If you see a link to My Grades, this page will allow you to see the grades for the course. You will see the grades listed by the order your professor wishes to show you, and you can see the grades by the assignment title or by categories, depending if they want to show you the category groups, and you can see the grade on the far right column. In case there's a description, you can click on View Description, and then you'll see the description of that category or that assignment. Under Tools, you now have access to tools within the course. So when you click on Tools, you now see which tools are available to you in the course, and you can click on these links and learn more about them and access various resources available to you through Blackboard in your course. When you click on Help, you now have access to the help from Blackboard. Blackboard has a very extensive database on help topics from the system, so if you wish to do a search for yourself on something in Blackboard, such as course messages, simply type a search in the search bar, hit enter, and now you have results for that message. And when you click on that topic, you will now see the steps on how to create course messages, and sometimes you will see videos and screenshots of that material in Blackboard's help. So simply click back on Home, and you'll go back to the home page of your course. If you would like to go back to the home page of the Blackboard system, click on My Institution at the top, and you'll be going back to the first page in Blackboard. If you'd like to upload your avatar, which is your picture of yourself, you may be asked to do this in your courses. At the very top, where you have your name, click on your name, and you will see the recently visited courses at the top. You will see other courses at the bottom, and at the very bottom, click on Settings, and then click on Personal Information. From here, you can click on Personalize My Settings, and you can browse your computer for an avatar and upload that picture to your profile. When you submit it, that picture will then appear in discussion forums and next to your professor's roster. So that is the place where you can upload your avatar. At the bottom of all our pages, we have some information, such as if you need technical assistance with Blackboard, you can email us at eLearning@TAMIU.edu, contact the help desk at 326-2310 Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or 8 to 6 for the help desk, or visit us at the Killam Library, room 259, and we can help you out with any questions you may have on Blackboard, Adobe Connect, or any instructional technology you may have in your courses. Remember to log off of the system. At the very top upper right corner, the button to log out is located here. Click there and you'll be successfully logged out of the system. Last thing I'd like to go over are some resources from OIT, such as Office 365 and OneDrive. To access these tools, type in dusty.tamiu.edu in your web address, and you'll be taken to the Email for Life page. Before I continue, one little thing I'd like to mention is that this is also the page that you can reset your passwords for Blackboard and other systems on campus. Simply click on Password Management, click Here, and you will be able to update your password for your student account. Now, to access your tools for Office 365, log into your dusty email clicking on Log On here. Type in your full dusty email and password, and you will be logged into your student Outlook access. You will see your student email from the university. This is the official communication from the university to your account, to you. And to access the tools that we mentioned, click on the upper left corner button, and here you will see you have access to Word Online, Excel Online, PowerPoint, OneNote, and so forth and so on. So when you click on these items, for instance Word Online, you now can start a blank document and basically work on Word in the browser. You do not need to have the software installed on your computer. You just need the browser and an internet connection, and you will be able to write your document, provide a title of it at the top, so title goes here, and there you go. So you can continue working on this, and it's just similar like working on Word but offline. You can also take a look at your OneDrive access, and OneDrive stores all the documents that you work on, such as the one I just created. Title goes here. This is your space to upload your documents that you may want to have in your cloud storage through OneDrive. Anything you don't want to lose from the university that you've worked on, you can upload your materials here. Simply click on Upload, and you can upload those files. You have a 1 terabyte of storage space in OneDrive, so that is a lot of space. That is equivalent to about approximately 1,000 gigabytes. If you think about each flash drive that you've carried, that may be 10 gigabytes, however you think about it. Well, this is approximately 1,000 gigabytes, so approximately 1,000 of those. So take advantage of this resource that you have here at the university. And to log out, simply click on your icon at the upper right corner and sign out of the system, and you've signed out of OneDrive and of Outlook 365. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at elearning@tamiu.edu or follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and we can help you out.